What's up gamers, Cryptigo here, and welcome back to Lowering the Mark, a show where I analyze the current and former world records of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trial runs to see how these records get faster over time. We'll look at elements such as the loadout, racing lines, and mushroom usage to better understand what's bringing these times down. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to know when my videos go live. For today's episode, we're heading over to the DLC tracks and taking a look at the slower version of its second most basic course, Excitebike Arena at 150cc. On May 5th, 2017, the world record for this run was set at 1 minute, 45.257 seconds by the French player Power. Fast forward to the very beginning of this year on January 1st, 2022, and the record was brought down to 1 minute, 40.129 seconds by the Japanese player Shira. That's an impressive 5.1 second improvement between records and a 4.8% faster time. Our former world record holder Power has broken 37 world records across 10 unique runs and has spent just over 100 days holding at least one world record. Our current world record holder Shira has only broken 15 world records across 10 unique runs, but has spent over 250 days holding at least one of his 3 current world records. At pre-release, the world record was well above 148, and within a few days it was already in the 145 range, mostly thanks to Juju. Not too long after, Japanese player Mushi became the first player to go 144 and basically owned the course for the next few months. He put up 23 of the next 27 world records and was responsible for not 1, but 2 more second breaks as the record dipped into 142 territory. Now in 2019, Mushi would finally fall as Lemon headlined the next wave of improvements to this world record, which included another second break as he would be the first one to go 141. Around 50 days after this 141.5, fellow Japanese player Peze swooped in and took over 0.4 of a second off the world record. 290 days later, Lemon would come back to tie the record, and then Peze stepped up and grabbed the first 140 anyone ever saw. At that point, Panda, Army, and Shira joined the fun, and the record came down by basically another 0.8 of a second as Shira took the world record for himself. In total, the world record was broken 70 times by just 12 different players. Now, these two loadouts are actually really good time trial loadouts, but one is better for this run than the other for one reason you can probably already guess. Power goes with the combo of Roy driving the Wild Wiggler with the Azure Rollers and the Paper Glider. Shira copies half of that with Baby Daisy driving the Biddy Buggy with the same Azure Rollers and the Paper Glider. You've definitely seen both of these loadouts be used in time trials before, and for good reason. Obviously there's a difference in top speed, but Power balances the rest of his loadout really well with above average acceleration, handling, and mini turbo. But for Excitebike Arena, the max acceleration and mini turbo that Shira holds is needed to pull off the current strats at world record pace, and therefore his loadout is just a little bit better for this run. As if Moo Moo Meadows wasn't a simple enough course, Excitebike Arena is just one long oval. There are ramps and mud spots scattered throughout, but you won't find a barrage of jump boosts from either player here. Let's take a look at how they did it. Power hits a rocket start and immediately bears right before drifting off this first ramp for the quick mini turbo. He'll get a jump boost right after, then grab 2 more over the next 2 ramps. Once he reaches the second to last one, he'll drift off of it again for the mini turbo before hitting another jump boost. To close out this section, he'll use his first mushroom to begin cutting out this turn going into S2. Shira hits the rocket start and heads straight before chaining 3 mini turbos by drifting either before or off of the ramps. After this jump boost, he'll grab another quick mini turbo and then chain 3 more jump boosts together before closing out the section with that same mushroom cut. Right off the bat, we notice that both players don't go for as many jump boosts as they can get, but rather try to minimize their time in the air and still get some boost from it via the mini turbos. Shira has just done it a little bit better to go up by over half of a second going into S2. After cutting out this turn for the super mini turbo, Power drifts off this ramp for another quick one, then rides up to the zipper ramp to do the same thing. After demon sliding for no reason when he lands, he grabs the next 2 jump boosts before drifting off the next zipper ramp for another mini turbo, then closes out the section with another jump boost before the end of this platform. Shira will grab an ultra mini turbo through this mushroom cut and hit a jump boost off the first ramp in S2. He realigns real quick, then hits the jump boost off the zipper. Once he lands, he'll chain 2 more quick mini turbos together before grabbing another jump boost. On this zipper, he'll charge up a super mini turbo in the air and then close out S2 like Power did with that next jump boost. The shortest path between two distances is a straight line, but the fastest way through this back straight is what Shira just did. The strat of squeezing in a mini turbo wherever you can to gain just a little bit extra boost and timing the jump boost correctly is enough for Shira to go up by nearly a second going into S3. After getting another jump boost at the end of this platform, Power drifts around the final turn on a tight line for the super mini turbo. After that, he'll grab one more jump boost before closing out lap 1. Shira gets the same jump boost at the end of the platform and then drifts around this last turn for the Ultra Mini Turbo. As he's riding that boost out, he'll grab one quick mini turbo before getting the jump boost, then grab another mini turbo to close out the lap. These all just might look like normal mini turbos, but the fact is, Power isn't able to perform some of these. The reason for that is his mini turbo stat doesn't allow him to charge them fast enough to get the boost and remain on a world record line. Shira, on the other hand, is taking full advantage of those extra mini turbos he's able to get as he sits ahead by over 1.4 seconds after lap 1. Into lap 2, Power is now on the left side of the course as he drifts off the ramp for a quick mini turbo, then proceeds to grab 4 jump boosts in a row to close out S1, but not before using his second mushroom to start this cut into S2. Shira comes across the line still drifting and chains 2 quick mini turbos together before grabbing the jump boost. Then he grabs 2 more back to back and then goes for another jump boost. After that, we see him drift off the next ramp for the mini turbo jump boost combo, and to close out S1, it's the same few jump boost and use of mushroom to start the cut into S2. That time, we saw both players rely more on jump boosts than mini turbos, and for this lap, it definitely worked for Shira as he was able to build on his lead even more as it now sits at over 2.4 seconds at the end of S1. I don't know how the lead got there either. After cutting out this turn, Power drifts off the next ramp, then off the zipper ramp for 2 quick mini turbos. After that, he picks up 2 jump boosts on the following ramps, then drifts off the next one for another quick mini turbo before capping off S2 with 1 more jump boost before the platform. Shira grabs the Ultra Mini Turbo through this cut and then grabs 2 jump boosts off this ramp and the zipper ramp. Once he lands, he'll chain the same 2 quick mini turbos before hitting another jump boost and drifting off the top of this ramp for a quick mini turbo. At that point, he starts another drift off the zipper ramp for the super mini turbo and closes out S2 with another jump boost. Part of the reason why Shira's lead keeps increasing is the fact that he keeps very low to the ground while maintaining all the speed he gets from his longer lasting mini turbos. If he doesn't do that, then his lead doesn't get to nearly 3 seconds at the end of S2. Power closes out the lap with a jump boost off the platform, followed by another tight super mini turbo around the last turn, and 1 more jump boost before he comes across the line. Shira also copies his lap 1 approach as he grabs the jump boost and ultra mini turbo around the last turn. After that, he gets the quick mini turbo before and after the jump boost as he closes out the lap. There we saw another display of better positioning and placement of mini turbos by Shira as he continues to build on his already insurmountable lead over Power. A lead that now sits at 3.2 seconds after he outsplit Power's lap 2 by over 1.7 seconds. For his final lap, Power is back on the left side of the course as he drifts off the ramp 1 more time for a quick mini turbo. Then he chains the next 4 jump boosts together down this stretch. At that point, he uses his final mushroom to cut this turn out before drifting off both ramps that follow for 2 more mini turbos. He follows that up with 2 quick jump boosts, then grabs his final mini turbo off one of these drifts off the ramp. 2 more jump boosts later, he's back on the ground for 1 last super mini turbo around the final turn before getting his last jump boost to close out the race. Shira copies his lap 2 approach by getting 2 quick mini turbos before this barrage of jump boosts on these ramps. He gets a quick mini turbo in the middle before chaining 3 more jump boosts to close out S1. Into S2, off his last mushroom cut, he grabs the ultra mini turbo and 2 more jump boosts on these next 2 ramps. Then we see 2 more mini turbos, a jump boost, 2 more drift mini turbos, then 2 more jump boosts as he comes around the final turn for the last few mini turbos, and another jump boost as he comes across the line, posting a time that would end up being over 5 seconds faster than Power's former world record. So by keeping low to the ground, grabbing more jump boosts, and getting those longer lasting mini turbos in just the right spots, Shira was able to put the exclamation point on this very impressive run that's just mere frames away from another second break. I tried to reach out to Shira to talk a little bit more about that, but unfortunately we couldn't get him in for a Q&A, so we're just going to skip ahead. The best known splits for this run show that there is still a lot of improvement that can be made to this world record. All 3 of the best known laps belong to Shira, and they all have more than a few frames that can be knocked off. The world record laps 1 and 2 could easily be a tenth or so faster, while lap 3 has the least amount of improvement that can be made. 20 frames is a lot to knock off of any world record, but the idea that a 139 on this course is technically possible might be enough for Shira to make a run for it. Or maybe someone else will drop in and get the sub first. The worldwide top 10 consists of 4 national and 3 continental record holders. At the top is Shira, slightly behind him is French record holder Army, and in 3rd place we have Panda. 4th place belongs to the Japanese player NVK, and the 5 and 6 spots on this board share just 3/100ths of a second in separation and consist of Paradox and Alberto. Down there in 7th and 8th place we have Dotberts and ID, separated by the same margin. With the fastest 141s in the world is Japanese players Zaru and Mew to round out the top 10. With the top 3 on this board being so far ahead of the rest of the pack, it's safe to assume that the world record won't be broken by anyone but them. But crazier things have happened in this game, so it could just as easily be anyone's race. That's all for episode 69. It sure was a nice one. Next week we'll be capping off season 7, so don't go anywhere, you won't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this video, like and share it with your friends, and comment on which course you want me to analyze next. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.